Well, good afternoon, everyone. 20 past 4 here in the UK on Tuesday, the 13th of April. And the Dow off 110 points. The S&P, last time I looked, still had its head above water. The trends on the VectorVest composite are still up. All the measures still up. But certainly the momentum would seem to have keeled over. The declines higher than the advances. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time, and although the trends are still up, it looks to me as if it needs to come back a little bit. Nothing much has changed since I spoke to the VectorVest regulars yesterday afternoon. If we have a look at the market timing chart, that's where we are. All the measures of the trend on VectorVest are up. I looked at this at length, and it's tried to once, twice, three times. It can still go here, and I'm holding all my positions at the moment, so it's doing its mind, trying to make its mind up for us. I must admit, I think there's a strong probability that we can pull back here before we go again, even under the most bullish circumstances. That's certainly what the S&P chart says to me. We could have a little bit of a flurry up here to try and stop lots and lots of people out. If we now actually go and have a look at I haven't got enough positions, but I'm very pleased with them. There's the SPX. It's up 4 ticks on the afternoon, and let's just have a look at that. There we are. Look at that for a trend. There's the run up, and as you can see, the size of the bars getting smaller and smaller and smaller. For those of you that read waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I think that we need a little bit of a pullback. But the trends are still up. Even if we put on my 21-day moving average, the trend is up. Even if we go right down, wrong way, David, if we go right down to an 8-day moving average, market is still trending well above that 8-day moving average. So pretty much every measure of the trend that you can think of is up, and we're sitting at 4131. I would find it very difficult to buy into this market at this point, folks, and I think that we probably need to come back down to these highs. All right, so just do what the front page of VectorVest tells you to do, and it's saying to be very, very cautious buying stocks at the minute. So if I close those down, and I think there's one share that I'm going to take some profits in a little bit later. I've been looking at it a second ago. So reasonably pleased with these. This is Horton's, a big builder, and clearly haven't made a fortune, but anything that you're up on has to be classed as a good trade. So broke, came back and kissed, now is pushing up. That outside day, and quite common for it to pull back after an outside day, so I'm still in there. That's apps. My word, the volatility's something, isn't it? So still holding a position in apps. That's keeled over. This is AMAT, Applied Materials, pulled back a little bit on me, and I'm still positive in this because that's quite a positive pattern, but sooner or later I'm going to have to bank some profits. My stop loss is at entry. I've taken a little bit in half the position. It is a swing trade for me, so my strategy is to let the second half run with a fairly tight stop loss, but that's starting to push its luck, isn't it? That's Apple. That's been great. That's just been great. And this is Microsoft, and as you can see, the high of the day today pretty much at that 1.618. So I think that my stops already at entry, and I think I'm going to bank that this afternoon. It got up to the 1.618, so that one I think I'm going to take some money. That's the SPX, that's where we are. And this is this more speculative holding in food too, which I'm still positive about. It's just about where I got in. I think maybe a bit underwater, but not the end of the world. The VectorVest stop loss is at 137. It's trading at 138, so it needs to break up here for me. So I like that one because of volume, folks, and as you can see, it rose on rising volume, pulled back on falling volume, then kicked up on rising volume. So I like that. I bought it just at the open of that day, somewhere in here. So anyway, we shall see. The homepage of VectorVest says VectorVest does not advocate buying stocks at this time. Very good advice. Market is stretched to the upside, in my humble opinion, and is starting to turn. Now in the UK, I haven't really done that much, but I'm very pleased with. If we go to some viewers, I think that in fact, I've been making apologies about it. I've held on to JD Sports, and JD Sports has been an exceptionally good provider for me, but certainly for the last month or two, it's done absolutely nothing. It's just been going sideways in this range, and that was quite frustrating. I was into it from a very good place, from right down here in April, somewhere down around here at 475, something like that. And today it's gone up and broken these highs conclusively. It's the highest riser in the FTSE 100 today. So very pleased with that. Hopefully it's now left going to take these February highs out, that high, and we're into new ground. All the overhead resistance is gone. There was results today. I was presenting a webcast to David at Mello, and I haven't had time to go through those results, but certainly the price action has been good. As you know, there's two big acquisitions in the US. Always ambiguity about UK companies, in fact, venturing into the US. Can they crack it? The results so far would seem to say that they can. So very happy with that one indeed. And the other share that's had a good day today is Liontrust. Now Liontrust, I've also been making apologies about because it's also gone nowhere. I bought into it at a very good level a way back more than a year ago, somewhere down around here, and it's done absolutely nothing, as you can see in the interim. But it's now pushing out of this channel, and it was a high conviction buy for me. It's pushing out of this channel, and I really like this big up day on good volume a few days ago. And if you look at this pattern in detail, it looks like accumulation to me, in that the up days were accompanied by increasing volume. So I'm hoping that that the VectorVest valuation in this is right up here, and technically there's a good chance that this flagpole here can be repeated, and that's from 7 to 427 pounds, and that would take this breakout to 20 pounds, which is pretty much the VectorVest valuation. That would be good. Now the last one that's had a very good day today as well is Poly. The gold price turned around this afternoon. We'll look at that in a second. It's quite strange because at this time of the year, Ramadan, the gold price seasonality wise tends to go to sleep, and Ramadan started today, lasts for a month, I believe. So as you can see, polymetal, I'm sweating in this, as I explained on many occasions, folks, and it's sitting at that 618 retracement. If you actually look at the gold price is sitting at exactly the same level. The fundamentals on VectorVest couldn't be better, and the results, now I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm no expert at reading balance sheets, but you can nearly smell the money off the paper. So it's pulled back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 textbook waves in this continuation pattern, and although it's hit its stop loss here, I'm holding it as long as it stays above these levels, and as you can see, it made this double bottom in here the other day. So it's well up today. I think it's sitting around that £15 level today. If it can get through that, then hopefully we're away. But it's a function of the gold price, and the gold price had a good afternoon. I've got it here, in fact. There's the gold price. That's what's happened this afternoon. This is a 4-hour chart of the gold price. That's the 61% retracement on the bullion price of the last range. I've shown that a dozen times in here. And this has moved up $20 this afternoon. And I haven't had time to work out why that happened on Bloomberg. No doubt there'll be a really cast iron reason as to why it went up. If you are earning £1 million a year as an analyst, you can't tell your boss that the market went up. There always has to be a reason. Frequently the narrative will be put together after the price action. So that's quite a good move this afternoon. My advice to everybody is exactly the same. We need to see a weekly close up around and certainly above 1750, 1760 before you should consider getting into the gold market. If I put up a daily chart here, we can look at the price action, and I've shown this many times before. That's 61% of this, and this is on a monthly view a huge cup and handle pattern, and we're playing for a great deal of cash here, folks, and it's not going to give us that cash easily. I've got polymetal. I'm very happy with it. Fundamentals are great. It pays a great dividend. It's paying me to wait, but I suggest that you just sit and do nothing until we get this confirmation out of the gold market. This would be, if we could break up here, this would be very strong, because the shorts will have shorted it at that 1758 level, and if they fail, they're all going to have to cover here. That should push it up quite strongly indeed. So seasonality not great for gold in this month, but that's a really good pattern. If it finishes like that, that would be an outside day, which is very strong for the gold market. So back to the US market, where we've got real-time data. Vectorvest does not advocate buying stocks at this time, and the Dow, in fact, down 100 points. The S&P still sitting up 5.6 points, but would seem to be running out of momentum up there. Far too early to short it, in my humble opinion. Let the market turn. Momentum can slow down for a very long time, can keep slowing down for longer than you can stay solvent. Poorly quote an economist of yesteryear. Very happy in the UK market. I think that we've got probably a strong month to go. Maybe a little bit of a pullback first. So I hope this helps in some way, folks. I'm going to bank that Microsoft profit this afternoon. Need to be very careful on that AMAT as well. It seems to have pulled back probably a little bit too far. Thanks very much. Bye.